All right, hey guys, it is Shihan Haley over at the dojo. First of all, I want to congratulate everybody that earned a new belt. We had our our adult graduation on Wednesday, which was amazing. Then we had our Elite Dragons graduation on Thursday. Friday, normally we do our adult graduation on the Friday, but we actually had a black belt qualifier, a black belt progress check for the candidates that are in the October black belt training cycle. This was a B-Day check on their self-defense and sparring. It was excellent. Candidates look great. And we had a lot of support team that were there just to train with them and add to the energy and bring out the best. They looked awesome as well. And then Saturday, we had our junior graduation, which was just off the chain with energy, great skill. In fact, the instructors and I were just talking about just how impressed we were with the level of basics that we're seeing out of our juniors. They're really developing the good, clean, old school basics that we love to see. Push, pull, proper foot positions on their kicking skills. They had great stances, the upper body strikes and blocks, just everything. We were really, really happy. The boxing skills, kickboxing skills, everything looked great. So there's a saying I'd like to share with you that I learned over 30 years ago, and I think about it all the time, and it's progress, growth, and change, right? And I'm sure you'd agree that in order for us to see progress and in order for us to grow, we have to change some things, right? If we do the same thing over and over again and we expect a different result, well, we're insane. In fact, that's what they say the definition of insanity is. So again, in order for us to see progress, in order for us to grow, we have to make some changes, some improvements. So the staff and I have been thinking a lot about our striping system. And the striping system we currently use is actually the exact striping system I used, or I was a part of back in the mid-'80s when I started martial arts. Now, the way we teach the curriculum is a little bit different these days. We use a rotating curriculum, and as many of you know, all that simply means is that for our basic level, intermediate, and advanced, we teach a new curriculum every 8 weeks, okay? So our white, yellow, and orange belts are learning new combinations, new katas or forms, new self-defense skills for 8 weeks. Then the next 8 weeks, we go to another set of combinations, katas or forms, and then self-defense. And then the next 8 weeks, same thing. So the striping system doesn't really gel with our rotations or our cycles the way we'd like it to. So long story short, what we're gonna do to make the striping system fit with the rotations better and hopefully better serve our students is we're simply gonna go for white belts all the way to green belts. We're gonna go from 3 stripes to 4 stripes. Now for brown and red belts, the belts are a little further apart, okay, and that's a minimum of a 6-month stay in between belts. Well, they're gonna simply go from 3 stripes to 6 stripes, okay? So for our white through, as you know, basic level, white, yellow, and orange, there are 4-month intervals in between belts. Now in the intermediate level, purple, blue, green, it's 4 to 6 months. It really just depends on the student, right? And again, that's an average. And then advanced, brown, red, high red, the interval is 6 to 8 months. And again, we say 6 to 8 because everybody's different and people train and grow and progress at their own pace. So with that said, the idea is gonna be in an 8-week cycle, let's say we have a brand new white belt that just comes in or a brand new orange belt or purple belt or whatever, 4 weeks into their training, halfway through the cycle, we are then gonna do a progress check with them and test them on half of the curriculum we've taught so far. If they get that and they look strong, they're gonna get their first stripe. At the end of that 8-week cycle, we'll do another stripe testing week. And if that student knows the entire curriculum with good basics, speed, power, intensity, balance, if they have that at the end of the 8 weeks, they will then get their second black stripe. Now we fast forward to the next 8-week cycle. Well, again, halfway through the cycle, we'll do a progress check and we will test them on half of the new cycle curriculum. If they get it, they will get their 3rd black stripe. Now, that signifies to us as instructors, okay, this student is getting ready for testing this cycle. Then at the end of that 8-week cycle, we will test them on the entire curriculum of the past 8 weeks. If they look strong, they will get their red stripe, and then they will then be invited to the next graduation that will be within a week, 2 or 3 from that exact point, okay? Now, with our brown, red, and high red, same thing, we just add another cycle. We go cycle number 1, halfway first stripe, End of the first cycle, they get their second black stripe. Then we go to the second cycle for that student. Halfway through, they test for their stripe. That'll be stripe number 3. End of that cycle, stripe number 4 if they're looking good. Then go to the third cycle. They will test halfway through. If they've got their classes, they've got the curriculum, they will test for stripe number 5, which again signifies to us as instructors, oh, this student is eligible this cycle to get their next belt. Then at the end of that rotation, we test them one final time. If they look great, they will get their red stripe. So at this point, they'll have 5 black stripes and 1 red stripe, and then they will be promoted. Now, if a student is missing classes or maybe is just learning at a little slower pace, again, those stripes will just be spread out a little bit, and that's okay. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and I look at developing students in the martial arts, I look at it like cooking food, and you either cook it in the crock pot or you microwave it, okay? We all know if you put food in the microwave, it gets done quick, but it doesn't always taste the best. The crock pot, you put it in there and it cooks at a slow pace. But as you know, when you take food out of the crock pot, it is amazing, right? I look at my wife, she makes great ribs in the crock pot. She's done so many different things in the crock pot and it's amazing. It takes a long time, but the end result is incredible. So I just encourage you, trust us when it comes to the development of your child or adult students. Trust us with your development. We've been doing this a long time, over 35 years for me. And I truly believe this striping system will be an improvement for the students because they've got a little bit more shorter term goals to shoot for in between belts. For us, it's gonna help us identify which students are coming up for testing the current cycle or the cycle after or the cycle after. So again, white, yellow, orange, purple, blue, green will ultimately earn 4 stripes, right? 3 black and 1 red. And then the brown and red belts, they will get a total of 6 stripes. They'll get 5 black stripes and then 1 red stripe. Now, if you're a little confused, don't worry about it. We're gonna explain this over and over again in classes in the upcoming weeks. There will be a little catch-up period where we will have to get students kind of the right number of stripes according to the new system. So, hey, there's gonna be a little bit of an adjustment period. Feel free to ask questions. That's what we're here for. We truly believe this is going to be an improvement for the student experience, and we also think it's going to be an improvement for the staff so that we can better serve and communicate goals with our existing students. So if you have questions, just simply, talk to me when you're in the dojo, give us a call, send me an email, send me a text. Email is usually the best, but again, we're always here, and feel free to come up and chat with me, and I'll be happy to go over it again and again just to help you better understand it. And hey, let's move forward. Again, progress and growth leads to change. We believe this is going to be a positive change, and we really appreciate your support. We appreciate you being behind us and for your kind words in the community. I was looking in the system the other day, and what we're seeing right now is well over 80% of the new students coming in are coming in from referrals, right? That word of mouth, or it's, because of positive Google reviews you've left, people look at those reviews and go, oh, this must be a great place. So I can't thank you enough. We've been here for 19 years for Elite Force Martial Arts, 6 years for Elite Force Jiu-Jitsu, and I love every moment of it. I'm living my dream, and I really appreciate everybody's support. Thank you for being a part of the Elite Force family. We'll see you on the mats.